My name is Maya Contreras and I am a writer. Do I make a living at it? Not yet. Do I get paid? Yes. And like a prostitute, that makes me a professional. My legal last name is Crace because I'm married to a wonderful man who is also a writer named Robert Crace. I also perform, and I do that for fun because I love it and I love to write. And I do neither of those things to be loved. I actually like writing and I love to perform. People always ask, where do you see yourself in the future? I mean, they ask you that question when you're in high school. What's your 10-year plan? Where do you see yourself in the future? And to be honest, that question is one that I don't put a lot of stock in. I put a lot of stock in the present and what I'm doing now. And what I'm doing now, I'm really happy about. I feel good about where my writing's at. I feel good about what my voice says. I love developing the characters that I do. I feel so blessed to live in New York, to write plays, and then they actually get produced and performed. I'm writing film and television now. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy the process of everything. I think a lot of people want to know what's going to be the end result. Where will it go? Well, like everything else in life, I don't have a lot of control over that. But what I do have control over is writing, putting the characters together, editing it, and then putting it out there. I love the aspect of writing by myself, the solitary aspect, but I love the collaborative part just as much. And I think that as a writer, you need to have both parts of that in order to really do anything in art, whether it's painting or acting or directing. I think that you need to enjoy an aspect of yourself, to be solitary, to create the work, to get the work finished, and then you need to have that aspect of being brave, to put it out, to collaborate with people, to listen to their vision, to hear their voice as well, so that it adds to your work. I am someone that always knew what they wanted to do. My grandfather was a painter, my mother was a seamstress, and they were both creative people and they made a living being creative. They weren't rich by any means, but the bills were paid by their creativity. I never saw being a creative person to be a hobby. I saw that it was a valuable living, that being creative is something that contributes to society. When I was a kid, what really inspired me was Carol Burnett. I thought she was brilliant and hilarious, and her sketches were so smart, and I loved her comedic timing. And when I told my grandfather, I love what she does, I want to do what she does, my grandfather says, oh, you like film, you like comedy, and he had me watch everything by Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton, and he went through all these comedians, and then he said, you should look at serious film. And he introduced me to, not to actual Ingmar Bergman, but he showed me the films of Ingmar Bergman and Federico Fellini and Akira Kurosawa, Kubrick and Woody Allen. I watched these films and saw the dialogue, and I was blown away by that. And then of course I loved Shakespeare, and when I was in 8th grade I actually took a class. I was the youngest one in this summer program. Everybody else was like in their 20s. And I was in 8th grade and I wanted to take this Shakespeare class because I loved to say the words. Even though I didn't know what the words meant, I loved to say the words. And that is what's so interesting about art to me, good art, is that even if you don't understand it at one point in your life, as you get older, you get something out of it. But it's true as with literature, it's the same in film, and the same in television, same in art, and same in music. Some of the work that I kind of just completed this year, I did a two-person play, and it was called The Use and Disadvantages of Leaving. I wanted to explore a relationship between two people, a father and a daughter, who they're not related to each other. It's a father to a daughter who's having issues with her father, and about whether there's more damage staying in someone's life when you're not prepared to be a parent, whether it's better to abandon them or to stay in their life during that time period. I explored those because my mother passed away when I was a teenager, And my mom was a great mom. I'm not going to put her on a pedestal, but she was fantastic. She was emotionally supportive. She was creative. She was hilarious. She's where I get a lot of my humor from. I remember when I was in high school, a lot of them would complain about their parents, or in college, or even as an adult, and they would get really frustrated about the way their parents communicated with them. It's complicated because I tried to tell them, well, you should be thankful that they're in your life. But at the same time, I can't dismiss the fact that they really have sometimes terrible communication with each other. And sometimes they have these parents that have had bad parent moments with them. And I didn't have any of that. So I wanted to explore that relationship. I actually tend to write mostly about political ideas and corruption. I'm so interested in where our morality is at these days. I think that when people go into acting in the first place, some people do it because, like I said, they want to be loved or they want fame. But other people do it because they really want to explore the idea of being in somebody else's shoes. Mm-hmm. They want to have compassion for what that character is. I'm so glad that I have a background in that, because it really adds to what I'm doing with writing. I think that they go hand in hand with each other.
Favorite type of alcohol?
Oh, tequila.
Ooh, that's a new one.
I love tequila.
Apples or oranges?
Oranges. Surprisingly, what I eat before I go to bed at night.
That deserves a high five. Bars or nightclubs?
Oh, bars. If you're basically over 30, it's a donezo deal.
Oh,
it's so boring to go to a nightclub.
I'm pretty sure I've always been for bars ever since.
Bars are better.
I was able
bars
to drink.
Bars are better.
Your favorite type of music?
Oh, no, I love music. So I couldn't say one type. I'm passionate about Fugazi. I mean, I love Carp. I love Chopin. I love Bach. I love Andrea Segovia. I love Serge Gainsbourg. I mean, I love it. If it makes you feel something, I love it. There's a lot of music that I don't like, and we won't talk about that. Like when I listen to Queen, I go, wow, my God, it's so good. And then I'll listen to a couple of modern artists again. I won't mention, and they've got no lyrics, and it's just like S, 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 S. Although I probably would dance to that at a nightclub. S, S, S. Oh, that is Nicki Minaj. I do like that song. Okay, so there we go.
Oh, it's your own trap.
At a nightclub, but I wouldn't.
Okay, otherwise, though, you wouldn't listen to it. All right, we feel you. Genre of film. Just your favorite genre.
My favorite genre of film is probably always going to be comedy, but of course that is a massive span because you have your dark comedies and you have your slapstick comedies, and I probably like everything in between. So I'm passionate about dramas, but on any given day, I would prefer to laugh.
Favorite film?
One favorite film? No, but if someone says, what's your desert island film, Maya? I love Moonstruck. And it's so funny because my husband, who would say, ugh, romantic comedies, he actually loves Moonstruck. And I think it's because it was written by a famous playwright and the structure of it is so good. Shanley. Also, I think because my husband's Italian, so I think he loved it. Yeah, I love Gold Rush by Charlie Chaplin, The Great Dictator, Scenes from a Marriage by Ingmar Bergman. I know that Woody Allen's completely controversial right now, but Hannah and Her Sisters. And I'm gonna love movies that have female leads because I think there can be more. That's what I'm working on. There are a lot of people that are gravitating towards doing entertainment for one reason or another. I don't think there's any right or wrong reasons to get into entertainment. But if you get into entertainment because you hope that people will fall in love with you and that they'll love you and that it'll fill you up and make you whole, holy crap, you're getting into the wrong freaking business. I hope that if you get into this business, if you're drawn to this business, it's because you genuinely love it. And that there's something inside you that makes you write, that makes you paint, that makes you act. And that rejection has nothing to do necessarily with your talent. I've told other actors this before. It's like dating, right? It's not your fault if they're not attracted to you. I mean, people have what they want in mind, and sometimes it's just somebody else. Don't take it personally. Mistakes. I've made like a ton of mistakes, and people say, oh, there's no such thing as failure. You know, I mean, you just learn from it. I'm like, no, there's such thing as failure, and I've totally failed. I have tried. I tried to start a magazine. I have tried different areas of the entertainment business. I've been a manager in the entertainment business, booking agent in the entertainment business, And it's all because I wanted to learn more of it, but I was also circling around what I really wanted until instead of having the gumption to say, Maya, stop going around it. Just go through the tunnel and go for what you actually want. Don't worry about criticism or rejection, because all of those things are going to add to making what you do stronger and better. So when people say don't worry about failing or don't be embarrassed by it, it's okay if you're embarrassed, but just, you've got to do it. Feel the fear and do it anyways, especially if it is your calling. And for me and my husband, writing is our calling. It's what we love to do. And gosh, you know, it would be so much nicer if I just wanted to be a broker or something, but I don't. I love writing.
Screw that.
So yeah, I know, I'm just saying. Sometimes we're like, those people make tons of money, but that's not what we want. So please do what is best for you. Life is short. Pursue the things that you want to do, and do it for yourself. Don't do it to do it because you want to. That would be it. My name's Maya Contreras, and I am a golden face. Thank you for watching.